This is my Mongoose Dolomite fat bike. It's got the 26 by 4-inch wide tires on the front and the rear. And the only thing I've had to replace is the original Mongoose seat. And the Mongoose Dolomite fat bike, I got it down in Chesapeake. Uh, it's like on concrete and asphalt surfaces. You can roll pretty good, especially in a level area. But real major uphills I wouldn't recommend, but downhills, yes. Um, yeah, it's a real good bike. I just like to ride it when I can because I love to ride all types of mountain bikes, fat bikes, and dirt bikes when I can. Just take the safety first prior to riding any type of bike, whether it's motorized or not motorized. Um, yeah, I try to take care of all the parts, keep the tires inflated up to about 30 pounds, but don't go over 30 pounds, as they say. Some places have inflated these tires up to um, 35 psi or 40 psi, and like they come back the next day at the store and both tires are flat. Uh, but I just try to keep both of the tires around 30 psi. Um, yeah, see, I bought this bike at Walmart down in Chesapeake, and um, still has the majority of the original parts, front desk, and try to do the adjustments myself on the brake cables when I can. And disc brake is okay, especially for stopping power. And I prefer this bike more than the Mongoose Dozer bike, which is orange. And what I've did, um, I've even used to have red valve caps on the valves right here. And someone stole my red valve caps. And so I just spray painted the valves red. Try to see if I can offset their eyes when they're looking at it, even when I park it at a McDonald's, Wendy's, or restaurant just to get it something to eat. And like if you ride to go in the store, always lock it up against a fence or something with a U-lock. So that way you won't have any theft. But when you come out of the store, you would be eventually able to be right back to where you came from. But after having a few adjustments to it, I feel more satisfied with it. Um, but it's like when I got this bike, uh, the rim strips had barely enough rubber to protect the inner tube from the spokes. So I added much more wider rubber inner tube straps, rim strips, I mean, for the inside, so I won't get a spoke puncture from the spokes. Because these inner tubes, 26 by 4.0, can really range in the price of like $18 and on up to maybe like $25. I only prefer the Schrader valve because I really have large fingers, large thumb, and I just don't get no Presta valve because my fingers are just so large. I've had issues where the tip of the Presta valve uh, just breaks off and all the air just shoots on out. So eventually I'm gonna have to re-lubricate this, maybe have to wash it because I used a lubricant, a Bel-Ray lubricant, and it left this stuff on. I almost have a gut feeling may actually, the manufacturer may have, Bel-Ray may have either mislabeled what stuff in the can was, and therefore I guess eventually I'm gonna have to re-clean this and re-lubricate it with a chain lubricant. Um, Even just to lubricate with a WD-40 or a motocross chain lubricant would still work. Yeah, I just like to experiment with what type of bikes are available because I own like actually 9 different bikes plus that dirt bike. I just got the other bikes in a different storage area. And it's like when you have 9 bikes, can't ride them all at the same time. It's like just ride like one for maybe 2 or 3 hours, and the next one for the next 2 to 3 hours, sort of even it up. Uh, sure makes a difference in the timing just to get the life and value out of it. Yeah, in this hot weather this summer, you never know. Just may have to go from 30 psi down to maybe 26 psi, so don't have a tire to blow out. Because I've had tires to swell in the heat, and when they swell, they go boom. Yeah, I never thought Mongoose would ever make a fat bike like this, but eventually they did. But yeah, this actually I got Christmas 2014 down in Chesapeake. Only thing I've added is the seat, and just had to do some slight little upgrades, and so far does pretty good. Never really had any major issues with it. At least buying the Mongoose Dolomite for just like under $300 about is some ways better right now for anyone if you're on a budget. And because why pay 2,500 or more for a fat bike? You know, even I still like it, but I think I'll just keep it till eventually it wears out. Or eventually, maybe in the next couple of years, maybe just trade them all in for one bike. All right. Yep, that's my demonstration of the Mongoose Dolomite.